guys, how's it going? I'm doing a part 4 of the 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should series, because I think it's a cool way of showing you bands you may not have heard, or maybe for some reminding you of bands you haven't listened to in a while. Some of these bands are really underground, some of them are they're known in the community, but I think your day-to-day fan of heavy metal hasn't heard them. So I'm gonna do 3 cassettes and then 7 CDs in that order. I hope you guys enjoy it and get some new tunes you can listen to. This t-shirt is from Gruesome, which, you know, if you're a fan of death and haven't heard these guys, they're definitely worth checking out. They just brought out a new album, Twisted Prayers. So yeah, without further ado, Druid Lord are a death doom band. This is their album Grotesque Offerings, out on Hell's Headbangers. This is obviously the cassette version of it. It's really cool death doom if you like Hooded Menace, that kind of very melodic, slow burning, horror feeling doom with some really crushing death metal elements. Next we have Moribund. This is their 97 demo. You can find this on YouTube though. Like, I bought this from Beatniks Records here in Norwich, where I live in England, and he, the guy who runs the store, has a huge bag of black metal demos from the kind of demo tape trading scene in the 90s. This is one of the ones I picked up. Some really cool, atmospheric, slightly symphonic, I believe, black metal, unless I'm getting this confused with the other thing I picked up from that carrier bag of delights, but it's literally like an old shopping bag, but they all play great. So it's just on like a sort of normal tape that you burn, like the CDR of the 90s. But yeah, some really cool black metal. Next up, this is the Gramshap issue of this, but the Moenen Of Xezbeth, I think would be how you say it. The cassette version. This is the European label that handled the release. It was actually out on Nuclear War Now throughout Europe, throughout America, sorry, but these guys handled the European version. I bought it from Astral Temple, Sweden. If you're interested where I bought the Druid Lord cassette, by the way, that was literally just off the Hell's Headbangers Bandcamp or website, I believe. Now I'm going to go over to CDs. Just going to move this across. First up, we have a French black metal band, Merrimack, who I saw live supporting Mayhem back in 2013, I think. And this is their latest album from last year, Omegaphilia. They also have, the one before that I really liked was the Causal Mass. It's the joy of keeping your music alphabetized. It makes, I'll do it in a minute. Things easy to find. This came out on Season of Mist, so you could argue it's sort of not that unheard of, but it's a good album, and I don't think everyone's going to know them. Next, Foul Body Autopsy. They're a UK, or he is a UK solo dude who does some really cool technical death metal stuff. I saw him doing a set of Bloodstock, and it was literally just, I need a new jewel case for this, him on the stage with drum tracks, a guitar, and it's really cool. This is the newest album, This Machine Kills Zombies, from maybe a month ago. So that's really cool. Next, if you like bands like Deathhammer, who mix sort of elements of black metal with speed and thrash, this is Hellish from Chile. This is I bought this with a Deathhammer CD on the same day. I've reviewed them both as well. This is on Unspeakable Acts and Dark Descent Records, sort of like a dual release. This is honestly some of the best, just most chaotic, in-your-face, over-the-top stuff I've heard in a long time. Next, we have one that, again, a lot of you may know on Profound Lore, is Innumerable Forms' new album, Punishment in Flesh. Some really doomy, drudgy, fucking crushing death metal. I really like this album. It's really cool. Next up, this one is from Transcending Obscurity Records. If you like Swedish death metal, like Bloodbath, Entombed, Entrails, Dismember, that kind of HM2, scooped mids, just absolutely devastating amounts of gain used. Cruel from Sweden. It's their new album, Rituals. This and the new Tomb Mold at the minute are contending for my love of death metal album of the year. This is probably the one that gets more plays. I think it's just under half an hour. It's not that long for 9 tracks, but it's absolutely devastatingly hard. I haven't even been suggesting a song, so I'm sorry about that. If you're going to pick one from here, though, Sentence to Rot is such a good song. It's got a real entrails vibe. As for the others that I've forgotten to say songs for, honestly, just go listen to the albums or just type their name in and pick whatever catches your eye. Next, as promised for my friends here in East Anglia from Bury St Edmunds, Atorc, I think I'm saying that right, with their latest, was this last year? It doesn't say, excuse me on that one, I'm sure someone will comment it. Some really good folk metal from here in East Anglia. I've seen these guys tons of times. They're good friends. Really good, fun, enjoyable. If you like stuff like sort of Tyr or Toya, however you want to say that. Encepharum. My brain's gone blank now. Like Corpiclani, that kind of really fun, enjoyable, folky, just good. They're just really good band. Check them out, because they've got, I believe they're working on a new album as well, off the top of my head. Yeah, they are. They're sort of crowdfunding that, so make sure you go give them guys support. Yeah, check this out. And yeah, I was going to do them on an earlier video, and things just happen, you know, stuff comes out, stuff gets sort of put aside, but there we go, I've finally done that, and it is a really good album. I personally do listen to it quite a bit, so really fun. And finally we have another Hell's Headbangers release. There was a couple $20 spin ones I wanted to put in this video, but they haven't arrived, including the new Scorched album, so that's a spoiler alert for another one. I know you're meant to say that first. But we've had Cemetery Lust, now Cemetery Urn. This album came out at a similar time to Cemetery Lust's new Perverted Ceremony. No, that's a band, Perverted Ceremony. Fucking rotting in piss. So I ordered this with a Perverted Ceremony tape on Nuclear War now, because I'm an idiot. This is 9 tracks of filthy, old-school death metal, just how it should be. If you like how Tomb Mold, Torture Rag, those kinds of bands are reviving the old, filthy death metal sound, this is another great example. These guys are from Australia. Best song of the album for me is Death Mask Preserver, which I play a hell of a lot. So I listen to physical music 90% of the time, but if I'm like walking to the shops or something and I have headphones in and just my phone on me, this is one of the songs that I play quite a lot, Death Mask Preserver. So yeah, check that out. Once again, we've sort of had a nice mix of bands, genres, labels, stuff. I've got a load of bones hanging off my ceiling because I'm a really weird idiot, but they're mainly just shit I found. I've no idea what this is, and I also have this. I think it's like either part of a skull or a hip joint, maybe. That could be an eye socket or a hip joint, maybe that's where the optic nerve came through, or the hip tendon of maybe something like a fox or something. I literally just use it as an incense holder, but I'm a pretty grotesque person. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this has provided you some new bands to check out. What's the other cassette? So this is going to annoy me now. I've got a nice Perverted Ceremony one as well. There was Bell Witch, and I ordered another cassette. But then on the same day I picked up this from Beatniks and another cool demo, and I just cannot think. Oh, Profanity, their demo number 1 from 1994. That's another sort of bonus edition, I guess, to check out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll stop talking your ears off and go check out these bands. Stay metal.